Doing so good. Yeah.
Now to the last part of the song.
Doing so good.
In the nook of our Manhattan apartment, my sister Audrey has been learning guitar from James Ilgenfritz for nearly a year now. They've been meeting every Saturday, not just to practice music, but to build a bond that gives each of them something more. For a nonverbal girl with autism like Audrey, it's a way to express herself without the words available to her.
1, 2.
For James, a musician and composer who had to relearn how to communicate and make music after 2 brain surgeries removed benign tumors, it's a way to keep learning more about the world and himself, one note at a time.
That one's fun, right? And then high one again?
I lost the ability to speak and write my name. I had to relearn these things. I spent a couple weeks at a rehabilitation center. Everything I try to communicate to my students is about helping people recognize their own challenges and recognize what tools they already have that can help them overcome those challenges.
With over 2 decades of experience as both a composer and educator, James's journey in the classroom began humbly as a teacher's assistant in special education programs across New York City's public schools.
Teaching kids helped me tremendously in terms of learning to have patience with myself. I realized, I think what I was after was, I was thinking about the people I'd known growing up who helped me, and what really fulfilled me was to know that I could do that for other people.
How about 2 high fives?
At 19 years old, Audrey has had classic rock blaring through her headphones for as long as our family can remember, always singing and playing along. Without words, her love of music has become her voice, a way to express herself, especially through the guitar, and a source of inspiration for the whole family.
I don't think it ever really entered her mind that she could play on her own, and so early on, if she saw she was going to have to sit down, and there'd be a little more trepidation. I think now she's ready for it. She comes over, she strums the guitar, and she waits for him to get his stuff ready, kind of like, let's go, and then sometimes she's good for 10 or 15 minutes and then needs to walk around a lot.
Go walk and come right back, okay?
Sometimes, she'll go through the whole lesson now, and it's something we weren't seeing before. So being part of teaching her myself and seeing her progress, it's just so exciting.
Blue and blue. And then blue again. Blue and down. Jello. Yeah, that was cool.
Having a parent be an active part of the learning process is a hallmark of the Suzuki method, a Japanese educational approach that teaches music the way children acquire language, through repetition, immersion, and close parental involvement. That same philosophy inspired Jenny Shaw to open the Tone Academy of Music in 2011, which now offers programs for young and special needs students, including the one which brought James and Audrey together just last year.
I actually don't even care about learning an instrument. What I want is for the parents to know more about how their kids learn. That's their journey, but what we can do is help them along an educational journey and a path that translates no matter what subject we're talking about.
For students like Audrey, who communicate without words, that philosophy becomes even more powerful.
In other contexts of teaching kids with spectrum disorder, being nonverbal can be a huge hindrance. As a Suzuki practitioner, because we're teaching music like a language, it's barely noticeable in our teaching because we're really teaching how to express ourselves without words. That's the whole point.
Any student will communicate things to you without telling you in words. When we let her tell us when she's ready to kind of walk away for a second and come back, the net gain is much higher.
Yeah!
Audrey's exact condition is known as pervasive developmental disorder, a form of autism that makes communication extremely difficult. She often struggles to express even her most basic needs, leading to moments of deep anxiety and even fear. The world becomes incredibly overwhelming without a way to explain her feelings, making this space with James that much more important, because here, she's simply understood.
It's been great to see where when she has a hard time with something, he's not just understanding and patient, but even sort of empathizes. He often voices what I think she's feeling in terms of, these kinds of things are scary to try something new.
In this arrangement that we have, she's very respected. And I think that gives her a lot of sense of confidence. And that's why she's surprising us so much lately with what she's ready to try.
Giving Audrey the confidence to face challenges on her own terms is a role James takes very seriously, especially now after a troubling fall and head injury that he suffered during a concert, leaving a visible scar across his forehead and a wave of concern about whether it could trigger further complications from his past brain surgeries. He's fortunately on his way to making a full recovery, but it became a reminder of why he began teaching in the first place.
We don't have to give up when we are presented with challenges that we don't appreciate and don't want. Life is always going to bring us things that we don't want, but how we choose to respond to those issues is of critical importance. I want to live in a world where the type of person we are matters more than what we can do.
And then 2.
That was so good.
That was a lot. There were
That was
3
a good
different
job.
ways to do that.
By creating a safe space for Audrey to grow beyond her limitations, James is helping her to respond to life the same way he has, by facing her difficulties and choosing to grow through it, even in the face of fear.
Teamwork. That's what it's all about.
Reed Ounjian, NYU Journalism.